everyone, my name is Darren. Today's video is a little bit different. It is not a PvP video of any kind, not battlegrounds, not arenas. It is just actually a discussion video where the topic of is World of Warcraft dying.
No PvP, you say? Well, I'm here to challenge you. My name is Thamriel, Let's Player that does games on, I don't know, Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy, ESO, and Fallout 3, no, Fallout New Vegas, Skyrim, and I believe in. I'm a Let's Player.
Samuel, my arch nemesis! Ta ta ta! I challenge you in this battle of discussion. Is Warlords of Draenor dying? Somebody who enjoys the game versus somebody who stopped playing it. Are you ready for this epic duel?
I am ready, Dalran.
You will never be able to defeat me with my goddamn... What do I call this move? Give me a cool name. Give me a cool name.
Fast stab really fast?
Fast stab real fast!
Oh no! You have slain me!
Oh no, I'm in the water! You actually... I think you won this one.
I win! Yes!
I think it's...
I've defeated the Mighty Dalaran!
This is also the best intro. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be better than... We tried recording this the first time. This is great. So, Thamriel, what do you do now in terms of YouTube, currently? If somebody were to check out your channel, what would they see?
You'd see a lot of Let's Plays. I'm currently doing Let's Plays on 3 MMOs and 4 RPGs, I guess. JRPG counts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm currently doing Let's Plays on Elder Scrolls Online, Guild Wars 2, and Final Fantasy 14 with a new expansion release, Heaven's Ward, which is pretty cool. I like it so far. And I'm currently doing Let's Plays on 3 Bethesda games and just another Final Fantasy game I got on Steam, Final Fantasy 13. The Bethesda games are Skyrim, fully modded, Oblivion, also fully modded, and New Vegas, really modded. I actually recently added faces. They look way too realistic.
So
it's scary.
They had no faces prior to it.
They had some weird plasticky faces, but now it's like way too good looking. It's like, you look way too pretty. You must die.
All right. So what can people expect in the future out of your channel if they were to check you out?
Other more MMOs Let's Plays, maybe once in a while discussion videos. I make those like once in a blue moon, and more modded Let's Plays, or more just in general Let's Plays of games that I really enjoy.
Alrighty. Fallout 4, I guess, would be something coming out to your channel.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Any other MMOs? Anything particular in that department?
MMOs, not anything off the top of my head. There's one like photogenic, realistic looking one. It's Black something. Completely forgot what it's called.
I think I know what you're talking about. Black Gold or something.
It's Black something. It's like, yeah, it's been like the rave of the internet.
Yeah.
It's like you can make your characters have huge, like ridiculously giant thunder thighs. Like, wow, that's innovation, right?
Innovation is fine. It's get as accurate as possible. And you'll be like, what country are you from? America. So, the links to Thamriel and what he does will be in the description below, so you can check out his channel. Definitely I would if you enjoy Let's Play videos, leveling videos, and discussion videos. It used to be about World of Warcraft, but now that has gone by the wayside. What did you used to do in terms of World of Warcraft, and if World of Warcraft tied to your channel, how did it do it? So what is your past experience with WoW? Oh,
man, my very first like official gaming video was actually a prop out in patch 5.1 guide back in Pandaria. And that, after making that video, I was like, hey, this is actually kind of cool. I'm going to make more guides and more World of Warcraft videos. And eventually I decided I want to level a hunter, but I'm probably going to delete him at level 30, or by the time I reach level 30. So I'm going to make a Let's Play to keep myself like sticking with the character, and you know, giving it a purpose, put him in like on film, and actually make the character matter sort of to me more than, you know, to the viewers. And that's pretty much how I started doing Let's Plays from there on. World of Warcraft helped me start Let's Plays, and that's how I do Let's Plays now. Holy shit, that guy's on top of a lantern. Do you see him?
You know, just a job description was must carry 80 pounds of worth of weight and stand on the edge of a lantern for 12 hours a day, you know? It's like one of those wind-up lanterns where people had to be like on the side winding like a thing so the lantern can stay, you know, stay afloat, stay, you know, lit. He's just up there checking the oils, checking the levels over there, you know, just making sure it doesn't go out. He's a guy doing his job. Ain't no thing. Just
what a champion of the Alliance.
Moving on, yeah, dude. He's a trooper. He's a trooper. Don't let him break your immersion. So, well, the Warcraft is where you started, and it is a game you played, but you have lost the drive, more or less, and interest as well in the game.
Yeah, I dropped the game.
Dropped the game, 100%.
More the expansion than the game.
You dropped the expansion. The expansion did it for you, which is a
Yeah.
perfect segue. What do you like about Warlords of Draenor?
The three things I liked about Warlords of Draenor, I guess let's just keep it to three
Yeah,
things.
three things would be good.
The art, like how everything looks and the aesthetics, and especially, oh god, the skyboxes, yes, beautiful. The new models look absolutely awesome. And the third thing that I liked, what did I say before?
Tell me.
Was that I liked?
It's fine if you can't come up with anything.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and just go with
The art and the models. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What are the three things that you didn't like that stand out to you? Three things off the top of your
Lack
head.
of class uniqueness, or I guess you can also summarize class simplicity into it. The story and garrisons.
All right. So the story. What is it that you don't like about the story? While we sit around this Hearthstone board.
Alright, let's go ahead and sit, yeah, play a little Hearthstone. The story, I don't know, the Warlords, they didn't seem too badass. I mean, I even cared more for Deathwing than I cared for those guys. I cared more about the Shah and Pandaria than I cared more about Warlords, because, like, we entering here is like, oh, we're big Warlords, and we're gonna crush you, and now we're, taking them down one by one throughout raids like it's nothing. I mean, hell, the first boss in Hamel was, what's the guy with the blade?
Korgath.
Kargath, whatever. That guy with the blade. He was like one of the few warlords, and he's already down right then and there as a first boss. It's like, whoop, one down, couple more to go, right?
Yeah. So character uniqueness is paladins. You were gonna say paladins is what you like.
Oh yeah, I did. I like how paladins don't hit with a wet noodle.
Tamriel used to play a paladin back in Cataclysm and MOP, so he's been through the tough days of paladins, but he's enjoyed paladins and Warlords of Draenor. The changes that they made to them. Definitely the changes much needed to make the class more alive again, and can be on par with warriors and death.
Yeah, let's go to the basement.
Basement indeed.
Yeah, just walk around everywhere.
Hornshire, let's do this. I know, I know where this is going. I've been there. I've been in a role-playing service.
Come
I know.
into my cellar.
Just enter my cellar.
Enter my cellar, boy.
So garrison, you know, like the story, the garrisons weren't really a big thing for you, and then character uniqueness, which you don't like. What one particular thing do you not like about character uniqueness? What part is not unique?
Well, I'm just looking around here. I'm not really doing anything. Well, the one thing I really don't like is that if you're a ranged DPS, you just considered a ranged DPS. You're no longer, a mage with food. You're no longer, a priest with whatever they had. You are ranged DPS, and if you leave a raid, you're just gonna be replaced by another ranged DPS. Or if you're melee DPS, you're only a melee DPS. While, let's say, like in Final Fantasy, I've been playing that for a while, a bard is important because you need their songs. You need a black mage because, they do tons of damage. You need a summoner, every once in a while, doing specific raids to do, like, great off-tanking and stuff like that. And every single class seems to fit into the big puzzle that is, like, raiding in Final Fantasy or dungeoning in Final Fantasy. Every class has, like, a unique raid-wide abilities that just aren't prevalent anymore in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, and the 6.2 they did take out, like, mages can no longer use an ability where amplify magic, where healing is increased. Hunters lost an ability of Fox Stance, where everybody around you can cast while moving, for reasons in terms of PvE, but I can see what you mean by that, 100%. There is some, definitely, like, a rogue. They're there for survivability. They ignore mechanics and they're there to DPS. But that's like, it's not as big as what you say in Final Fantasy. It's not as, prevalent. I could definitely agree with that. So I can definitely see where you're coming from. I'm pretty sure some people can see the same thing as well. Definitely, I'm pretty sure you hit the hammer. You hit the nail on the hammer when you said mages and food and portals are no longer as nice as they used to be.
Yeah.
Let's check out the docs.
Yeah, sure.
So completely understandable. Real quick, flying is coming back. What are your thoughts? Like it, don't like it? What are your thoughts about the fact that they're bringing it back after taking it out?
Flying is cool and all. I really did not care much about it in Warlords of Draenor. I really just generally did not care about it. Like I was fine riding around the ground. Final Fantasy Heaven's Ward is adding flying. And it also has some kind of attunement process. Final Fantasy always has attunement for everything. Class abilities, whatever. And it's not a big deal that attunement has flying there. But flying attunement for Final Fantasy seems a little bit more linear than flying attunement for World of Warcraft. It's like you gotta, explore these places to find chests, and you got supposedly supposed to do like dailies to grind up rep. And after doing Pandaria dailies, I'm like, huh, I don't know, I want to do any more dailies. In Final Fantasy, you just do main quest for a little bit, discover a couple places, then boom, done. You can fly around. Pretty much there.
Yeah, and you mentioned to
So-
me before, you mentioned, just now you did it for the viewers, but you said we were having a discussion earlier. The rep is what I did not expect for Warlords of Draenor. I did not expect for us to grind a rep. I was thinking it was just like, explore the areas, see everything ground-based as it was meant to be in Draenor, and then you get flying when you don't need, the flying after you've discovered everything. Because the way I thought about it is, it makes sense that flying will just let you discover everything too quickly, all the treasures and all the secret spots. So it made sense that you wouldn't be able to do that off the bat at first. But the fact that they're adding, if it is true, as you say, the fact that if there is actual, attunement and rep grind with it, then I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I think I even have more of a negative thought about it than you do at this point. Just
Yeah,
more
I
to
mean,
think about it.
For the viewers, if you like to look up more information on people that actually know this kind of stuff and research it, you can look up people like Bellular Gaming, Heroes vs. Babyface, the like Lazy Peon. They keep you updated on that kind of stuff. You can look up Luxley did a video on it if you want to look him up as well. They pretty much took the necessary attunement stuff and they laid it out for you so you know about it. So, I'm just telling you what I heard from somebody else. That's it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I can't confirm that exactly like how many dailies you gotta do and stuff.
Yeah. But still, at least you get the general overall, like, what you do. I had no idea what you had to do prior. Alrighty, so, flying, it didn't really bother you, the fact that it took it out.
I don't care.
Alright. For the most part, you liked what they were doing with Draenor in terms of how far the game progressing, but what they did actually, physically, you weren't really on board.
Nah,
Alright.
just wasn't.
So, let's talk about PvP, since I am a PvP channel. Let me ask you, what is your PvP experience? Any big PvP achievements? Do you do PvP and WoW? All that, I guess.
I PvP'd only casually, never care about rating, never really strive to get a rating. I just like going to Battleground, smashing some faces, and that's a wrap. That's my day for go into Battleground, run a couple of them for 2 hours, smash some faces, die some, hopefully kill more than die, and then call it a day. I wasn't really, serious on rating and all that. I don't know, I just did it casually.
What is the highest rating you ever gotten? If you had to pick a number.
Like a pathetic plebeian 1200.
Alrighty. So you never were big on the whole idea of PvP. You never really got on board. Alright, so you never took it seriously, but you did. Did you enjoy PvP overall and WoW?
Oh yeah, it was fun. I mean, compared to other MMOs that I've tried, like for Guild Wars 2, that PvP for Guild Wars 2 is insane. Like, it's just confusing. It's a hodgepodge, and it's just so many things to relearn. So when you come back to like World of Warcraft PvP, it's like, hey, I actually know this stuff, and I'm actually familiar with it. Yay!
So would you say you enjoy WoW PvP because you're familiar with it, or just because it makes sense, or how would you?
It's easy to jump into, but then it takes time to like master it. I mean, anybody who likes to get into PvP and kill all the players, technically, if they hit them hard enough, they can do some damage. But like, it's like easy to get into, but it's hard to master. And I think that's awesome, especially for new players going into World of Warcraft. It's like you want to play it, a warrior, and you want to go in PvP, go for it. You may die a couple of times, you may win a couple of times, but at the end of the day, if you work hard enough, you'll be like the greatest warrior ever, or subpar.
So I talked to you about changes to Ashran, and you remember it from the beta. Did you enjoy Ashran in the beta?
Oh yeah, and in my honest opinion, I'd rather Ashran be like what it was in the beta, with just very limited players and able to actually load everybody in, or just make it into its own battleground. Because I remember back in patch 6.1, I just couldn't load people in. I'd get into a match, there'll be a bunch of lands around the place. I don't know, you just start seeing hordes coming up like left and right, just appearing out of nowhere. And then lag spikes started happening, frames started dropping, and then out of nowhere I'm dead. And I have a decent computer.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I have a really good computer.
And we discussed this earlier. I told you like all the changes the guy's gone. Only going to Lantern.
Oh, wow.
So we talked about the things that have changed, and I told you like some of the things that changed with 6.2 Ashran. To add on top of it, there's a lag. The lag is not that prevalent as much anymore. Yes, it is still, frame droppy and can be taxing your hardware depending what kind of hardware you do with, but I ran into Ash today. I ran into the 40 versus 40 battles and we did just fine. We attacked the leader. We had the Titans, the giants fight one another. So there was no issue, and it doesn't take time to load people in anymore. It doesn't, do that. Those were issues of the beta servers. So that is no longer really an issue of today. Can I make the jump? I can jump.
I think you gotta be mounted for that.
Can you make that jump?
Let me try actually. Let me go from auto running.
Because I remember there was a not a skirm, a scenario for this.
Scenario. Also, I missed the scenarios. I
Really?
gotta say.
Yeah, I kind of liked them. It's not like, I don't know. I mean, they weren't like amazing, but they didn't.
But they were fun.
They didn't have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
So Ashram, would you say 6.2 Ashram that I told you, and pretty much how it was in the beta? It's pretty much like what they did is try to bring it to the beta. They wanted to give them more stuff to do. They wanted to really emphasize the team effort, and they wanted to reduce the whole like joining a pre-made auto win group. So from what I told you of Ashram, what do you think of Ashram?
Sounds cool, and if somebody plays Ashran and they love it, that's awesome for them.
If you could,
if they make improvements on Ashran, that's awesome.
If you could come back to your Paladin for just a day, be suited out with full PvP gear with everybody else, so like everybody's honor gear, you would just get it automatically, just for a day. But all you could do is play Ashran. Does Ashran sound exciting to you from what I told you? Does it make you? Would you come back just to play it? The big team battles, the 40 versus 40s, the attacks on the enemies and everything. Would that interest you?
Nah.
No, so will the work
6.1 and 6.0 kind of left a bad taste to the point where it's like I'm pretty sure it's like it's really good right about now 6.1, but it's 6.0 and 6.1 left a really bad taste. So it's like I think I'll go without it.
Fair enough. So that just shows you what kind of a player you are and how the game affected you, whether it be positive or negative. So that works out. Battlegrounds. Any thoughts, complaints at all? Anything?
Battlegrounds?
From your past experiences in
Draenor? I don't know. They're fun, but I hear now that more players are going Alliance than Horde. So Horde is getting pretty much insta queues. Alliance gets long queues, but Horde is losing a lot more, and Alliance is guaranteed a win more than half the time.
Is that something confirmed or just something you heard other players say?
Just checking on forums. I check World of Warcraft forums every now and then, and that's what other players have been saying. That's their experience is like.
Okay.
And granted, if a lot of people did go Alliance because maybe they prefer the ratios better or something, then I could see how it would work out. I have a friend, Luxley. He is currently he hates the PvP queues that he has to get into because for Alliance it just takes forever for him. For the Horde side, it's instant, but he loses like 9 out of 10 BGs that he does.
As a Horde?
Yeah, as a Horde.
I think, yeah. I definitely do agree with him on that, or agree with you on that. Yes, I would say I win more Battlegrounds as Alliance. I don't really have a Horde character that I play often. Me and Tigger sometimes do play some the Hordes. We have a Monk and a DK. But it's not like we play them often enough for me to know this. But I'll tell you, just because I know that I suck at the game, Alliance does win most of the BGs. So the carries are real.
Gotcha.
And just like jump down.
Yeah, I'll jump with you.
Part of the exploration, part of the fun.
There we go.
People have told me, stop jumping, run videos. Because every time I run, they just like unbind you.
It's like, are you kidding me? I have a space bar and I will hit it 100 times if I wanna.
That's pretty much what I do. That's how I move around. I jump. So no big complaints about Battlegrounds. Never really. That wasn't a big issue for you.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
All right.
I played.
Arenas. I guess I shouldn't go into that since there's just not enough experience, not enough of a tale to tell.
I mean, I've done skirmishes, but I never really got into arenas before. So that's my problem is that I never really got into it.
But it's the whole topic again is World of Warcraft dying. So I guess for you, it's like it just wouldn't really help.
Yeah,
it just won't
I'm not an arena guy, so asking me about arenas will probably, not provide a lot of fruitful information, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so raids, any issues there? BlackRock, how did you enjoy it? And what are your thoughts about the new raid, if you don't know anything about it?
The new raid, I'm gonna say it looks very green and probably gonna make players' eyes hurt. It already made my eyes hurt just by watching somebody else play because it just looks so damn green. Other than the weird color palette, like the bright green color palette, I mean, I don't know, it looks pretty fun. It looks like the mechanics are there and it's still gonna be fun for the raiders. The one issue that I have with raiding. Well, really, as I guess more to garrisons is that in like with okay, focusing just on the raiding aspects. Go in this building over
Hmm.
here in the fort. Focusing on just raiding, it's fun. I like it. I think there's nothing wrong with raiding. It's real fun.
Hmm.
The raids overall, I've done them on LFR, done them on normal as much as I could. Done some of them on heroic. Never really finished any of them normal, heroic, or anything. Simply because I don't know, just the raid group was not the best. You know, our guild was not really the best either.
Hmm.
But it was fun just to kind of pass the time, you know, on every Tuesday or Friday or something.
Yeah. But did it leave you any like awesome impressions, or was it just like, eh? I guess.
Really,
Yeah.
it's eh.
Okay. Okay.
Raiding for me was always like eh. Even back fighting Deathwing, that was cool when I first like was learning it. But once we got him on farm, it's like eh. It's fun to pass the time with.
I enjoyed raiding. I enjoyed Deathwing Raid. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't. I'm glad I, ran every single one of those fights. It was repetitive, but I still did enjoy it. I can't say I didn't. There wasn't a day where you're just like, I'm not feeling. I didn't enjoy that raid. That was a waste of time. Uh, and for me, Warlords, I felt like they're great. I have nothing to complain about. Bad groups for sure, but the content, I feel like it's solid. But
Hmm.
that's just my thoughts. Again, it's like a whole comparison of somebody who's still enjoying and playing the game versus somebody who's not currently.
Yeah.
And I guess your thoughts on Tanan. You haven't got to see Tanan Jungle, which I would have loved to show you, but there's no way we can get a Draenor with you being level 1.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on Tanan?
Well, from looking up at people make videos on it, people posting forums, a lot of people I've seen a post literally where people just said, "So hey, after the whole Tanan fiasco, apparently a lot of people weren't happy with the Tanan launch and 6.2 launch. A lot of there's a little post that says, "Hey, so after the whole Tanan fiasco, how many of you are subbing?" And just post after post of people saying, "I'm not subbing because blank," and it's like, wow, people really did not like the launch. I mean, Tenant sounds kind of cool, but in my head, from what people have described it to be, it feels like the Isle from Pandaria, the
Thomas
Isle of
Isle?
what? Yeah, like Thomas Isle, where you go kill a bunch of rares, get gear, do some dailies for other gear. Sounds cool and all, but do we really need another Thomas Isle? Really?
Well, that's what it is in essence. There's a lot of objectives that you can do, a lot of rares. You're just stepping all over these people's documents, dude. They're just like,
Oh, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to actually go around
oh,
them.
I see what you're trying. I was thinking you're just walking around, but it's pretty much the Thomas Isle. Yes, there's a lot of rares, there's a lot of treasures, and there's a lot of ways to get gear for your ults. There's the ult catch up mechanic kind of deal.
Hmm.
Um, so it's if people are investing a lot of times into main characters, but they want to maybe start a new character with all the changes in 6.2 that happened. Maybe they want to try a different class. Maybe they want to try a different race. Maybe they want to try playing some horde instead of alliance. And pretty much 10N is Thomas Isle. I thought it was fun for me. I was there for the launch. I was there for like the morning as soon as it happened. It honestly wasn't that bad of a launch. It really wasn't. It was no different than any other launch for like a special place, like a new place, like Pandaria. Thomas Isle launch was not pretty much almost the same. I think the Thunder King launch was a little even more hectic than this one. So it really
Yeah.
just was manageable. Yes, it was laggy, but that's because a lot of people are excited to get on. The only part that really stumped us on the PvP server is hordes weren't letting us get a. They were killing an NPC that we all of us had to talk to, and they had a multi-boxer camp in the spot. So there's not a lot we could do there, but it was fun because then the server had to band together and you had to fight the enemies. And then as we all got into Tanan, it was Horde versus Alliance there. So then it's like you really feel this brotherhood band, people banding together under one flag, Alliance versus Horde, and really just like trying to help each other out, outlive all the enemies. And it literally is it's Timeless Isle. Improved. It's Timeless Isle with improvements, with what people want to see, less of what people don't want to see.
That's good. I like that you said that there's like a I guess alt catch up mechanic. I like that.
Yeah, it's decent look. It's not a good looking gear, so it's like not that great looking, but it's decent gear to really catch you up to like the current raids.
Yeah.
And that's also where the raid is at. It's in Tanan.
That's pretty cool.
There's
I
not
like that.
there's not a heavy PvP influence. In Tamasal, you could get an item that turns you into an Ordos. This guy right here.
Yeah, I remember that. You can like collect
Well, no, the Ordos one was
sigils?
different. Yeah, so what you do is you would use this fire thing to sacrifice yourself, put yourself at 25% health, and then you could kill anybody of any faction, Order or Alliance, and you would get blood coins, and use those blood coins to get stuff like gear and items and this skin.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can use this on you, so you can be a cow. Cash
Moo!
cow.
That's awesome.
No, you're a cash cow. Hold on, let me do it again.
I'm a Blizzard cash cow.
Here we go. Now both of us are cows.
We're Blizzard cash cows.
Hold on.
Can we dance?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
Oh, yay!
We can do the dance. Do my dance. Do my
Yeah.
dance. Blizzard cash cows. What is that whole... Okay, it's going to be another topic, but we're going to come back. What's this whole Blizzard cash cow? So Tanan, thoughts?
Tenet's thoughts sounds great. If it wasn't under the Warlords of Draenor expansion, I'll probably be a little bit more keen to it.
So
But-
is this a title Warlords of Draenor just kills it kind of for you?
Yeah, just left a bad taste.
Alrighty. What is the whole cash cow thing, by the way, before we like...
Oh, I don't know. Somebody on forums was joking around. It's like, hey guys, the next expansion, we're going to reach the cow level because we're the cash cow that is keeping the World of Warcraft community of the World of Warcraft game afloat. They're pretty much saying that, hey, we are no longer seen as players. We're just seen as a thing that dispenses money.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Alrighty. That's kind of depressing when you look at it that way. That's very depressing. I don't even want to look at it that way.
It is. It is.
Somebody find a better way to put this. You can keep the same like idea about it, but just different words, please, or something. I am jumping. Do you know how much fun it is to have jumping back and forth?
Oh yeah, it is. Love
I
it.
get pissed when I just jump around. I just want to jump, dude. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, there you go.
There's that little float that they do, and there's like the wiggle a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, do this right here. If you stand up here, jump down. The little wiggle.
Yeah. I love
It's
it.
better if like you can see that wiggle for a while.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to see if we can. Let's go for the wiggle.
Okay.
You should live. You should
I
live.
think.
You're
Yay.
good. Yeah. But
That was close.
yeah, but this is what we were just doing now. That is really the fun of WoW in the end. Just hanging out with people, enjoying the game, enjoying the environment, the world that was made. That is really what it's all about in the end, I guess. But I guess we should come up to the final topic. What is your conclusion? And no drum roll, but I was gonna be like drum roll. Is WoW dying?
I think WoW is far from dying. But if the developers don't, take certain actions to kind of, alleviate some of the issues that players have, it could possibly go down the drain. Start slowly but surely going down the drain. Like it may take, 2 years before WoW actually physically dies if it's supposedly, dying how everybody says. But it's still gonna stay afloat for longest time, and it's probably still gonna be relevant for another expansion or two. So that's the way I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have invested so much time into the game, they really won't care what the next expansion will be. They'll just get into it, hoping for the hoping for the best but preparing for the worst, and they'll probably stick with the game nevertheless because after investing so much time into the game, it's kind of difficult to leave.
Mm-hmm. When I thought about the topic, is it dying? I feel like it's evolving, but we don't know what it's evolving into.
I agree. I actually really do agree. The way I see it, World of Warcraft, like Warlords of Draenor, is trying to appeal to more, casual, younger audience. But it's just the problem. I think that's great and all, but it's just the problem is it's not appealing to me anymore. I'm a whole different audience. They're not targeting me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I feel like I'm okay with leaving World of Warcraft for a while and just dropping it.
Is there?
It's not that I don't like the game World of Warcraft. It's just I'm not a fan of Warlords of Draenor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think the game is great. If somebody wants to get into World of Warcraft and play it, go for it. Play it at your heart's content. I'm just not a big fan of the expansion.
Alrighty. That's probably about that's gonna be about as close as it's gonna get. Really, I think we covered everything. I think we've covered everything we could in terms of the topic. So we covered is Warlords of Draenor dying. It's WoW dying, and that is a topic. Do you really feel like the topic was gonna be misleading? Just the
Topic? No. I mean, that's a pretty good way to catch person's attention and actually bring up something that people should look at. Really,
Mhm.
you should try to do this with more YouTubers. I'm not even kidding you.
It's not a video that I normally do. I like PvP videos. Like, I like to have these kind of thoughts and talk with certain people about it. You know, like those philosophical things. But I'm not a nerd, so like, I'd rather just PvP. I just want to stab some faces, dude. Look at these glaives. Like, talk about like amazingness.
Yeah, look good.
Yeah, I'm having fun with this. I'm having fun with the PvP system so far. Hold on.
That's
Yeah,
awesome,
look
dude.
at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Squirrel. Like, no, I actually can't kill it. It's too far away. Here goes that knife. Rip.
Poor squirrel.
Rip. But hey, thank you guys for watching the video. Really do appreciate it. If you guys did stick around to the end of it, it's going to be about a 30-minute video. Not a lot I can really cut for it, because the whole time we've been talking, it's talking. But anyway, check out Thamriel and his channel. Again, links in the description below. Thamriel, want to help me sign off?
Yeah, my name is Thamriel. You've been watching Download's video about What the Wild's Done. Like and subscribe, and as always, have a great day.
Yep, thank you guys for watching. See you next time.